Welcome to a robot. Welcome to our robot adventures review. Children, do not watch this. Dumbass, sensitive people, you do not need to watch this. Yeah. Now you can oh, I'm not gonna watch this. I should probably leave because if I don't like it, then I was warned not to watch it, but then I watched it anyway and I didn't like it, so now I'm a dumbass. Okay. See, this is a click button. Okay, change. Come back. Yeah, watched Transformers 4. And, yeah, I think it's pretty much over. I haven't written down any notes or anything. It was just, my thoughts on it. So I'll probably go off on tangents and ramble on and on. I think it's gotten to the point where it's just on farm mode. It's like when Disney makes a cartoon that's really cheap. It's just a cheap version of the movie. And, it's only for selling products and stuff like that. It's like, for example, when they made the movie Planes. And, it wasn't Pixar, it was Disney, but they had the same producer and stuff like that. So it gets to the point where it's like, yeah, just go with the formula. And it doesn't really matter. It's just do it. And I think that's pretty much where we are with Transformers. And it's, I don't think anyone can say it's not Michael Bay's responsibility as a director, but yeah, I think it was kind of like the U.S. soccer team. You would go into the movie. I intentionally didn't watch any of the trailers. I tried to stay away from any reviews or anything like that. Just said, okay, I'm going to go in there fresh. I'm going to give it a go. And yeah, you're hoping, oh, maybe it's going to be good. It's like, maybe there's an outside chance that it won't be shitty. And just like the, soccer team, it's like, oh, that was crap. Or like the Brazilian team, it just all went to shit. Yeah, it was just something that happened. And it's like a big commercial that is kind of like, okay, what was that about? And you try to, if you had a brain, you couldn't really follow what was going on. And if you had your brain turned on, then you wanted to turn it off because it was like, wow, that was kind of crappy. So many of the, I guess, the cliches where, it's like the girl needs the man to protect her and she's torn between her boyfriend and her father, and at a point you're like, dude, I don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, I kind of hope she just dies so that we don't have to deal with her anymore. I did like where that guy called the FBI or the CIA and then it's like, oh, I thought they were going to give me a check. Some people are just really stupid and you're like, wow, you really thought that? And now you're dead. I was like, all right, good. I don't really care. I was kind of happy that he died because, I just got rid of him, playing that kitty poster guy in Transformers 2, whatever his name was, that tag-along guy. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, help me, help me. That guy was a dumbass too. So, yeah. I guess, imagined, Optimus Prime is now killing. It's okay to kill humans, and yeah, it was kind of dark. I mean, they killed off a lot of Autobots and Decepticons and stuff, and it kind of reminded me of the first movie where they were on the Ark and they just started killing off like Brawl and Ratchet and Ironhide and a whole bunch of other G1 characters, and to make room for the G2. I was like, all right, if they're gonna play it that way, they have to introduce a whole bunch of new characters. But I don't know how they worked it, because maybe the marketing and the movie production weren't on the same page, or they were doing things at a different time, because a lot of the characters that are in the movie I don't see a figure for, or some of the characters didn't do anything in the movie, and it's like, oh look, it's a if that guy's in there, I don't know where he is. You saw Jolt running around, driving around with everybody, but Jolt didn't do anything in the movie. What did he do? Yeah, it was just kind of, I think it was just kind of like Michael Bay just shooting a lot of scenes and then trying to stick it together and trying to make sense out of it. I didn't get any backstory on Windhound or some of the other, or Drift, or some of the other characters came to Earth. I guess that all happened, when between the movies, 5 years. Where was Soundwave? When did Megatron die? At the end of I can't even remember the end of part 3. Shockwave did something. Yeah, I can't remember that shit. It was like, wow, that was pretty fucked. I didn't even buy the DVD of part 3. I was giving up then, and I pretty much given up. I'm pretty much done with Michael Bay and his crappy ass movies. It's kind of disappointing that he had to do it to Transformers, but he's gonna do it to Ninja Turtles, and he's gonna do it to every other movie that people keep giving him money to do. So, yeah. Good things about the movie. It was different. I guess there wasn't, Shia LaBeouf and the cheesy parents and the cheesy one-liners, and I mean, they did have some of that stuff, and the helpless, daughter was really annoying. Yeah, that was good, I guess. They didn't have an Allspark, which was, I guess, good. And what else was good? I think that was maybe about it. Well, they had some new Transformers, which are pretty pretty cool, like the dogs and the spaceships and stuff like that. But I doubt we'll see any figures. A lot of, there's this YouTube channel. I don't know what the channel is, but they do they upload videos on everything that is wrong with this movie or something like that. And when they did the Transformer one, it's like, oh, everything wrong with this Transformer movie. I was thinking, there's a lot of fucked up things that they didn't talk about, and maybe you have to be a super fan to catch all the fuck ups. But yeah, I was like, wow, that was really. And when they do everything wrong with Transformers 4, it's just gonna be so much over the top, and so many of the mysteries that non-fans just won't catch. For example, so yeah, I haven't gone to the forums. I haven't really been active in the community because just didn't feel it. I just kind of gave up on Transformers for a while, and this didn't help me, come back into it. So the basic story goes, the humans are hunting all Transformers, and in their greed to get the Transformium, they will kill Autobots or Decepticons alike. I thought it was a really cheap, and this is why I say it's kind of like when Disney makes a cheaper version of the movie just to make a cartoon. It seemed like, okay, so they really don't want to go through the hassle of having the Transformers transform. They're just going to turn into like Harry Potter Death Eaters and fly around and just, oh look, now I'm over here. Oh look, I'm over here. I'm not transforming as much as I guess disassembling and reassembling. Megatron didn't have a spark. The spark was a virus. So it just opens up a can of like, what now? Autobots don't really have to be killed. You can just infect them with the essence of another Autobot or another Transformer. So you just get some Transformium and just touch it with the virus, and then it becomes the thing. I was like, wow, that's really cheap, and that fucks up a whole bunch of other shit that was in the other movies. And it's like, okay, well, they're totally different stories. Yeah, I don't really see how that was working, and that again goes back to having a brain, and if you have a brain, then it's gonna be troublesome. Yeah, so Lockdown was hunting Transformers, helping out the CIA so that the CIA could give or could get the seed, which was used by the creators of the Transformers to create Transformium, and they use that Transformium to build Autobots. Now, if you're familiar with, I guess, the backstory or something like that, the Autobots were created by the Quintessons as slave labor, and then they were taken over, or then they were revolted or something. So then the Quintessons left. Or you could say that Optimus was built by Orion Pax, or Orion Pax was Optimus built by Alpha Trion, and yeah, I don't know where they're going with this backstory stuff. It's, if they're gonna go along with the lore, then maybe they're gonna go to Quintessons, or they might go into Unicron or something. talk about Primus. Who knows? Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I don't know how they're gonna set up how they're gonna set up what is a transformer and how does it how does it exist? What gives it life? And how do you kill it? The whole stab a transformer and cut it in half doesn't seem to work with these new transformers, which just Death Eater apparate smoke thing travel. So it's like, okay, well, I'll just disapparate or I'll just turn into smoke, and then you can't kill me, I guess. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can't really think about anything, and yeah, it's kind of shitty. As far as the lockdown in his ship. So he was trying to capture Optimus and some of the other Transformers to take back to, I guess, the Quintessons or Primus or Unicron. I don't think it's going to be Primus because he's a good guy. But he's either Quintessons or the Unicron. And so when Earth was being terraformed the first time with the first seed, and they made all the Transformium, it kind of implied that the Dinobots were created at that time, and the dinosaurs were the model for the Dinobots when they created them. I don't know why they were on Earth or why they stayed there or how Lockdown captured the Dinobots, but maybe you guys can explain that. And if anyone's trying to defend this movie from like being just another way to sell product, it's like, oh well, you see it. No, it's just kind of like, wow, this is shit. Yeah, so the Lockdown captured a lot of the Autobots. Some of the original Primes. If we're going with Primes, and then we have Optimus Prime and all the whole Prime thing, Sentinel Prime, and I don't know. It's I don't know if they're even gonna give a fuck about explaining what the hell that we're talking about. But so then Optimus like, oh, recognize one of your leaders, or I forgot what he said, one of your champions or something. And he takes the sword, and then he I guess releases the Dinobots only, and he says, hey, serve me now, because they were stupid. I don't get, how does that work? The space aliens were able to travel to Earth in giant spaceships. They built these Dinobots, but they kept him really stupid, and they also built Optimus Prime, but they made him really smart. The same people who built the Dinobots built Optimus Prime, but one they kept stupid and one they kept smart. It's like, oh, okay, well, I just roll my eyes like, oh, great. Yeah, it's kind of shit, and I just feel, it's like disappointed, and you kind of were hoping that it would be better than what it was, but that's what we got. And a lot of the explosion stuff, the slow motion bullet time, whoa, 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 boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh yes, okay. Some shitty ass aiming from Transformers. They are just crap at shooting humans or something. And then Optimus kills the CIA guy. It's like, okay, and it shot him like right next to Marky Mark, and it's like, okay. Yeah, it made very little sense. and I'm trying to remember what happened, and then and then finally at the end, it's like, oh yay, we beat the lockdown, yay, and then Optimus Prime starts flying. It's like, what is this? Is this the Matrix? What, you're Neo now? And it's like, oh, and it shoots off into space. It's why weren't you flying all during the movie? Why did you have to roll around as an Autobot? Did you? I mean, why didn't he scan an airplane and transform into an airplane or a spaceship or something and fly off? But no, he had to get the super jetpack power stuff. What happened to his trailer? Yeah, I've had this. I have all this time I've had like one sip of this Chuhai. I'm just trying to remember how not good that movie was, and yeah, I don't really recommend. I give it maybe a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I think most of the movie was. I mean, there were some good parts, which are like, yeah, that was kind of fun. I like watching that, but I think the overall feeling of like, wow, you fucked up another one, Michael Bay. That kind of makes me, if it was 5 out of 10, I'd be neutral, but it kind of gives me like, well, you kind of feel bad after watching that movie and trying to make sense out of it and stuff like that. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know how they're gonna release the toy line. Of course, it's gonna be when they make the next one and the next one and the next one, they're gonna get progressively worse. It's just gonna be like a Saturday morning cartoon with live action or something like that. Like maybe like Power Rangers. It'll get to the level of like Power Rangers where they're the CG is shit and the guys are just like pew pew or something like that, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm kind of pessimistic. I wanted to like it more, but no. One last thing. I think they're releasing a new one of these dual model kits with the new design. I might pick up that, but I have a feeling that the same tolerance issues, the same crap that was wrong with this one will be wrong with the new kit. Yeah, I can't really say much. I can't say many good things about the new movie. Yeah, it's kind of shallow. And maybe it's just me finally giving up on it, but yeah, kind of sucked. Alright guys, I think that was kind of depressing. Yeah. I think I'll try to make some Gundam stuff, or maybe build a kit or something like that. I want to do something and have fun with my hobby. But as far as the latest offering from Transformers and Michael Bay, I really can't say it was all that great. It was what it was. And I don't know if you'll find many people who are like, yeah, that was great. It was so in depth and made so much sense. Yeah, I don't think you can find that, but alright guys, I don't know when the next video will be, but talk to you guys later. Kampai. If you play Guild Wars. That's my game. I'm in there. Also on Steam. We can play up some. And all the Twitters and all that other stuff. Alright guys, take care. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.